How you doing there, folks? Baiters here with another video for you all. Today we have a big old girthy mod list that'll make even the most seasoned modder cream in their jeans. We've got 50 weapons that are just a must-have addition in anyone's playthrough of Fallout 4. Remember to keep your eyes out for this little muff fluffer, as that's an indicator that the mod featured is available on your console. Now all these mods are available on PC, as we do all our mod reviews on the PC version of Fallout 4. Now go ahead and rub your bum cheeks on a water balloon, and let's get to average baiting, baby! Here we have the Accuracy International AX50 AntiMateriel Rifle by Utherien. Now I like silent sniper rifles because they're quiet as a mouse, just like me during sex. Yeah, I don't like to make any noise when I'm having sex, which apparently is a little weird. But I find when you make a lot of noise, you risk the other person waking up. And then they just start freaking out, man. It's just fucking nuts. So it's better to just keep it quiet. This mod adds the AX50, which is a modern anti-material rifle to the world of Fallout. Now this weapon is featured in the newest Call of Duty game. It also recently made my spank bank, which is a weird confession I just made to all of you on the internet. This is a super large, powerful, definitely makes kids cry if I pull it out of a birthday cake kind of weapon. It's got a ton of customization options, so you can mishmash, swip swap, you know, really razzle dazzle this motherfucker until it's unrecognizably unique and yours. Now if you want to get your hands on this, then you can find one of these bad boys from Exploring the Commonwealth. All you'll have to do is kill a guy named Ian in Jamaica Plains. Yeah, it's just that easy. Next up, we've got the Em2 Rifle number 9 MK1 by AssXS. I met this old guy once who told me he could talk to horses. I thought that was a pretty weird thing to tell someone in a Burger King bathroom, but it got me thinking, if he could talk to horses, what if I could talk to mods? This mod would probably tell me something like how smooth its reload is, or how sweet those custom meshes and textures are, or maybe it would tell me to get the fuck out of that bathroom before that horse-talking psycho stabs me by the shitter. I don't know. I don't know what they would say, but I'm very, very interested. This mod adds the British Em2 rifle to Fallout 4, with all its own unique shit. It's got the custom animations, the custom meshes, and yep, you guessed it, it's got custom textures as well. This weapon looks like it was made almost entirely from wood, which gets me excited for reasons I'm not sure I'll ever be able to explain. This mod has a few customization options, but nothing too crazy. However, there is enough there to make you feel like you can give it your own personal touch in the game. This weapon can be acquired through a quest that has also been added to the game. The quest will start once your character reaches level 20 or higher. This weapon is a lot of fun and definitely contributes to the realism as a whole in Fallout 4. Here we have the RU556 by FX0X01. I love this mod. The look, the feel, the sounds. Oh my god, the sounds. Shh, quiet now. Let's really listen to this baby purr. Oh my god, I am so sorry. Those are the sounds I make when I'm having sex. I'm not sure how they got in there. Anyways. Now this mod adds a legendary RU556 assault rifle to the Commonwealth, which apparently was able to exist in the lore because it was on a ship from before the war that was carrying an illegal prototype. How cool is that? It's sort of the bad boy of weapon mods, isn't it? Now this weapon mod also has its own custom animations, both in first and third person. It is highly customizable, so you'll be able to mix and match for hours on end. You know, really get your expressive juices flowing through this thing. This weapon has also been added to the leveled list and will start to spawn after you complete the quest, The Unfinished Deal. Next up, we've got the MTS-255 Revolver Shotgun by Expo Alt. Every once in a while, there's a mod that comes along and really powders my nipples. It just jerks off my imagination until I climax into the front of my brain. However, this is not that kind of mod. I'm just kidding. This mod moves me. Favored by the gunners, this Russian-made hunting rifle features several variants to adapt to your preferred playstyle. This weapon mod can be found throughout the Commonwealth and can be obtained from certain weapon vendors, as it has been added to the respective level lists. It can be acquired primarily from members of the Gunners faction, but also has a chance of appearing on Brotherhood Soldiers, Legendary Raiders, and Diamond City Guards. There are also 4 exclusive legendary variants to be found on unique boss enemies, some of which have rare uncraftable modifications, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. Here we have the R91 Fallout 3 Assault Rifle by Cypher. This mod adds a new standalone rifle inspired by the R91, complete with custom meshes, textures, and a plethora of modifications. It's got a fully custom stock, barrel, sounds, textures, and attachments. Now, I'm under the impression that the higher the number of something has, the more dangerous it is. Like COVID-18 was a little bitch cold, and COVID-19 shut the world down because it's a super serious infectious disease. I mean, I can't even imagine what COVID-20 would be like. I mean, an infected person would just sneeze and people would fucking explode all around them. So, I'm not looking forward to that at all. Now, the rumor has it that COVID-19 came from eating an exotic sea creature. Some ocean slug just slithered out of the nether regions of the fucking Black Lagoon somewhere, all dilapidated and fucked up looking, and one person was like, yep, that needs to be in me right now. Right this second. I get a stuffed up nose and I gotta take a week off. I need to recuperate. But this guy gets fucking the world's most dangerous disease and he's like, yep, I'm gonna just go gallivanting all over the globe, visiting every major city, coughing on babies and shit. So based on that logic, the R1 was a really big stick with a super aggressive owner. 90 tries later, you got yourself a super efficient murder tool that doesn't leave you all gassed with sore arms when you use it. Yeah. It's way better. This is a really nifty weapon mod that looks both realistic and unique in the game. However, it can only be acquired through console commands on PC, so that's a bit of a bummer. The weapon is a ton of fun to use in the game though, making it an excellent addition to anyone's playthrough of Fallout 4. Here we have the HK-G3 family by Utherien. This mod adds basically 4 new weapons to the game. The G3AR, the HK51 SMG, the PSG-1 SR, and the HK11 LMG. The mod author thought since the G3, the HK51, and the PSG-1 in general share some of the same platforms and look similar, why not just combine them in one mod? The end result is this wicked mod you see before you. The only thing more beautiful than this weapon mod is a baby's laughter, unless it's 3 a.m. and you're home alone and you don't have a baby. Then it's just terrifying, isn't it? Is there a killer baby in my house? That's what you gotta think next. This weapon has a lot of customization options and can basically be transformed into multiple guns by mixing and matching all sorts of shit. You can make something that looks familiar, or you can make something that will haunt you right down to your very core. Your choice. Point is, there's a lot to choose from here. This weapon will start to show up on vendors and gunners once your character reaches level 20 or higher. Also, vendors are going to have random mods for this weapon in stock at or above level 15, so keep your eye out for those. There is also a unique version of this weapon hidden in a far and dangerous place, so get out there and search some spooky, forgotten holy places. Yeah, that's the hint, so get out there. Next up, we've got the FN FAL SA58 by Wanamingo. Now, this weapon raises a lot of questions, like where does it come from, what are its likes and dislikes, and why doesn't it fit into my Blue's Clues backpack? It's always protruding out of the top! This mod adds the FN FAL SA58 and many variants to the Commonwealth, a kukri, some outfits, and a new challenging dungeon, which really doesn't say much about the dungeon, as I find most dungeons challenging. You could paint an angry caterpillar on a rock and have it guard the entrance somewhere, and I'd probably walk the other way. Now, this mod adds Frydoc's FAL, plus also AXXS's G-Series FAL, with custom animations made by Haru and Fear to the Commonwealth. Now, a lot of the FAL variants are covered by this mod, in which you can mix and match handcards, tactical attachments, scopes, stocks, and other features. This mod also adds a unique melee weapon called the Kukri Machete. What? Yeah, that's right. Kukri Machete. This weapon will start spawning on gunners and at vendors at or after your character reaches level 10 or higher. There are also 4 lore-friendly uniques with special effects scattered around the Commonwealth. There are hints on the mod author's description and spoilers if you don't want to fucking look around. Here we have the IZHMASH SV98 sniper rifle by NovaFinch. I like this sniper rifle because I think it makes me look cool at parties. but it's hard to tell because everybody's always freaking out, even though I assure them it's not loaded. I still think it was the clown that ruined that kid's birthday party. He sucked at magic. This mod adds the IZHMASH SV98 to Fallout 4. It's this super sexy, super slick, too cool for jeans with pockets sniper rifle. This is the type of weapon that'll blow your enemies. It'll blow them hard. Now, it's got some customization options, but that's not what really makes this weapon sing. It's the custom meshes and textures that make me dry hump the library computer I'm using that really gets me worked up. The answer is yes. They took away my library card. Apparently, they have like a 3-strike policy? Like, what the Okay. Now, if you want to use this weapon in the game, then you should be able to craft it at the chemistry station. You do know how to craft weapons at the chemistry station, don't you? You just put your lips together and blow. Wait. That can't be right. No, you just walk up to the thing and you just push a button and you can use it. Here we have the M3D OTS O2 Caparis by Millennia. Everyone has got dreams and aspirations. Some people dream of becoming an astronaut and exploring the stars. Or some people dream of finding true love. There are even some people out there who dream of force-feeding a 2-headed Brahmin a barrage of bullets with a submachine gun that can fit in a toddler's lunchbox. Well, if you're one of those weirdos at the end there, then boy do I got a treat for you. This mod adds a professional quality scratch-made standalone OTS O2 Caparis to Fallout 4. It's got in-game modifications to really switch it up during your playthrough. It's got level list integration so you can buy it off vendors or find it on fallen enemies. And it also comes with its own custom sounds and animations. Now this weapon might be small, but that doesn't mean it isn't dangerous. If you don't think small things can be dangerous, well then just ask anyone I've hit in the face with my penis. Now the court calls these people victims. But if they didn't want to get hit in the head with a penis, they should have sat somewhere else on the bus! Next up, we've got the Sig SG550 by NovaFinch. This mod adds the SG550 assault rifle with many attachments from receivers to sights to the world of Fallout 4. And oh boy, is it exciting. Sure, you could play the game without this mod, and I'm sure I could watch women's volleyball without a boner. But it just wouldn't be as fun now, would it? I mean, it's even got its own unique variant that is located in a supply cache at 84 Northeast, wherever the fuck that is. It's got reticle customization, custom scope overlays, you know, all the stuff that makes the girls wet in their yoga pants. This mod has got the goods. Now, if you want to acquire this weapon, you can get it by crafting it at the chem lab. It's just that easy. Yeah. Or if you're on PC, you can just use the God commands and just get it to flop right out of your butthole. Here we have the Shizuhiru Katana 1673 by Toonx. Katanas are like the miracle blade of swords. They look great, they impress the ladies, and they can cut through a coconut or other hardy fruits in midair because of their sharpness. There is definitely something comforting about knowing you can fuck up a fruit basket. That's the type of information that helps me sleep at night. Right there, yeah. That is some solid information. This mod adds the Shizuhiru Katana to the game with its own unique animations that look cool as fuck. This weapon mod is a mod hidden in another mod. In order to get this mod, you have to go to the Tactical Action Extension package, which is a really cool animation mod, and in there you can find this bad boy in the files page as a standalone weapon mod. It's like a little secret inside of a secret inside of a mod. It's kind of cool. The weapon itself looks incredible with its own custom meshes and textures that look sweeter than a sugar plum's nipples. Whatever that means. But the real juicy part of this weapon mod is how your character will use it in the game. It has its own completely unique melee style. It even has its own running style when your weapon is out. How cool is that? Super cool. It's rhetorical. The answer is super cool. The sword can be crafted at the chemistry station once the mod is installed. Next, we have the Thorn, Wishes of Sorrow by Lucifer3277. I just read a list of 100 things to do before you die, and I was super surprised download this mod wasn't on there. Shockingly, Call for Help wasn't one of them either, which seems like a huge oversight. This mod adds the Thorn to the Fallout world. It includes limited upgrades, but that doesn't stop it from looking like adult Groot's fully erect penis all angry and shit. I am Groot. I am terrified. This weapon is super unique, looks amazing, and makes me feel like a kid again when I'm pistol whipping strangers, just like in kindergarten. Now, if you want to get this weapon in the game, then you're gonna want to buy it off of Cricket. I don't know what it is, but it just feels right, getting this weapon off of a person named after a giant insect. It's like a lunar eclipse, or whatever. It just makes me feel things. Here we have the MANNLICHER MD 1905 by lucasncolombo. MANNLICHER. That sounds like it was named by angry extraterrestrials, doesn't it? Wow. On an unrelated note, I've decided to carry my medical records around with me in case I ever get abducted by aliens. That way, they won't have to go rummage around in my butthole to find answers, right? Yeah, doesn't hurt to be prepared, especially for abductions. Am I right? Or am I right? Anyways, this mod adds a unique new weapon to the wasteland. A MANNLICHER MD 1905 with custom animations and a little bit of lore-friendly history. Yeah, that's right. It's lore-friendly, so you can't go cry into your gam because it pops your immersive cherry. This weapon has a few modifications as well to just give it some flavor in the game. Now this is a unique weapon, so it can only be found inside of Faded Glory's laundromat in Lexington, alongside a letter and the corpse of one of its original owners. Well, I guess didn't fully understand this weapon because he apparently got bodied like a noob. Fucking idiot. Next up, we've got the MG42 and the MG34 by WarDaddy 755. This mod adds the MG42 to the post-apocalyptic wasteland that is Fallout 4. It looks and feels like a real machine gun too, and you never know when you're gonna need one of those. I mean, real life can be uncertain, which is why every morning before I leave for work, I hug my kids and I whisper, "Avenge me." I don't even have kids, so they always look really confused. I mean, I've never actually fired a machine gun, but I still consider myself an expert on the subject. This weapon is both realistic and fun to use. It's also got customization options to switch it up. You can even convert it to the MG34 with the right mods, so there's that. Yes. This weapon will start to appear on enemies and vendors once you reach level 20 or higher, as it has been added to the respective level lists. That's right, the respective level lists. Here we have the Heckler Koch MP7 by FX0X01. Now this mod adds the highly customizable MP7 to Fallout 4. Now this weapon is perfect for those late night assassinations. I mean, I talk a big game, guys, but the closest I've ever really come to murder was holding Oreos under the milk until the bubbles stopped. And I'd be lying to you guys if I told you that that didn't keep me up at night. This weapon comes with its own quest, custom sounds, first and third person animations, and level list integration. This weapon mod has got it all. It even has some lore that solidifies its place in the game. This explains why they are in the Commonwealth and where they originated from, which is pretty cool. Yeah, super cool, I think. Yeah. I'm still thinking about that Oreo, I am, man. That, I shouldn't even have talked about that. That is a real sore spot for me. Here we have the Archimedes 2 by Nero. This is the type of weapon mod that really makes people stop and stare, just like the people who don't understand my workouts at the gym. And apparently a good way to get asked to leave the gym is to move a treadmill behind someone on a stationary bike and pretend you're angrily chasing them. Not that I've ever done that though. Anyways, this mod adds the Archimedes 2, which is an original weapon concept to the world of Fallout 4. This weapon has 3 unique firing modes: Flare Charger, Dissipator Beam, and Orbital Designator. All 3 firing modes create a completely unique way in which to use this weapon mod in the game. One is a blast, the other is a beam, and the last one is like a satellite from space fully fucking up the area. It's intense. Now this weapon has a fair share of customization options to change up its look and style in the game, all of which are really cool and very unique to this weapon. Now if you want this weapon, then you'll be able to craft it at the chemistry station, or you can find it in the Advanced Systems Lab in the Institute. This is a really interesting mod that adds a whole new style of combat to Fallout 4. Here we have Heckler Koch MP5 Complex by FX0X01. Now this mod is the only thing keeping me together now that my wife left me and took our Netflix password with her. God, I miss that password. Even more than the kids. I was only halfway through Ozark. It really seems like it was ramping up to something. This mod adds a highly customizable MP5 and MP5K that features a quest, custom sounds, both first and third person animations, and it's also been implemented into the level list for immersive ease of access. The weapons will start spawning on vendors and enemies once you complete the quest, Where's My Extraction Point, which can be started once your character reaches level 25 or higher. I love these weapon mods, especially when they come with a little quest to really implement them into the game. I mean, yes, it's super realistic looking, and it's got all the graphics and gizmos and shit, but the whipped cream that I lick off like a psycho in Starbucks, is how you actually acquire this mod. Here we have the Rem92 lever-action shotgun by Gauge Storm. This mod adds a scratch-made lever-action shotgun to the game, complete with plenty of customization options for your adventures. You can make it tactical or western or something in between. I mean, the choice is yours. Mix and match parts ranging from trench, sweeping with buckshots, burning enemies with dragon breath, or even loading up slugs with a slug saddle. There is even a silencer and a scope. That's right, folks. Basically something for any conceivable situation you find yourself in with a lever-action shotgun. Now, you might be wondering, why would you need a scope on a shotgun? I don't know. I don't have answers to that, okay? Why do I wear a Teletubby outfit when I play basketball at the YMCA? These are all good questions that just don't have answers, all right? But you can do, if you can dream it, you can do it with this mod. That's it, all right? This is not a dream inhibiting mod. This is a, if I want a fucking scope on my shotgun mod, there it is. Now, to get this weapon, all you'll have to do is craft it at the chemistry station. Next up, we've got the Jagran Inertia by XXS. This mod adds the Jagran Inertia to Fallout 4. This is the type of shotgun you can polish on your porch and unintentionally scare the neighbors and unannounced visitors. With all its own custom meshes, textures, and animations, which really bring it to life in the world space. This is one of the most interesting looking and performing shotguns I've ever seen. I'll be honest with you, the first time I fired this thing in game, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. It awoken things in me. Dark things. Deeply repressed things. You know? Like, shit I kept bottled up for years. Just came out of me. And, man. Anyways, I'm fine now. This mod can be acquired through a quest that starts once your character reaches level 10 or higher in the game. And let me tell you, what a fun shotgun to use. I mean, it just really feels nice pumping and shooting, pumping and shooting, pumping and shooting with this thing. God, gets me all fucking worked up. Next up, we've got the Monkey Depot Thompson submachine gun by Futoshisen. This mod adds the M19A1 Thompson submachine gun as a standalone weapon in the game. This is a mod that allows you to enjoy various modifications with fictitious expansion parts based on the concept of how would the Thompson submachine gun evolve if they were used in the military even after the Cold War. This mod is created from scratch and has a ton of customization options that'll really blow your mind. The things you can do with this weapon mod will make you feel so dirty you'll have to have a shower after you customize it, just to wash off the shame. This weapon mod is what some people might call an overachiever. It takes the whole Thompson submachine gun and really fluffs up its titties. This weapon mod gives lesser weapons a reason to check behind the shower curtains before they use the shitter. Now, this weapon has been added to the leveled list, and you're most likely to find it on Gunners, Triggermen, Brotherhood of Steel, and Minutemen Soldiers. This is an awesome mod that gives a whole new look and feel to the Thompson submachine gun. Here we have the AntiMateriel Rifle F4NV by Toasty Fresh. This mod adds the .50 BMG AntiMateriel Rifle from Fallout New Vegas to Fallout 4 with custom animations. This weapon seems troubled, like it's got like a super dark origin story or something. Like its Uncle Ben got bodied by some baddies 2 days from retirement, and this weapon vowed to bring swift justice to all those involved. Did you ever just get that kind of vibe from a gun? Now, there are a few mods out there, and even a Creation Club mod that brings the AntiMateriel Rifle into Fallout 4. However, I really enjoyed this mod because of its animations and its powerful design. I mean, this rifle looks and feels like it could shoot down a space satellite. It's just that girthy. I also really like how you can get a good look at the bullets when you're reloading this weapon. It's like a reminder of the kind of stopping power you're playing with. Needless to say, these bullets are bigger than my penis. Now, if you want to acquire this weapon, it will start to spawn once your character reaches level 25 or higher, as it has been added to the respective level lists. Next up, we have the Glock 86 Plasma Pistol by 3Nick A. This mod looks like it fell out of E.T.'s backpack when he was running from the government. It's just got the look, feel, and smell of a sweaty alien fugitive. You know what I mean? This mod adds a classic plasma gun from the earlier Fallouts to Fallout 4, with its fair share of customization options to boot. This weapon has got that nostalgic charm, as well as meshes and textures that really make it pop in the world space. The weapon looks amazing and fits into Fallout 4 perfectly, aesthetically speaking. There are 4 unique variants of this weapon as well, located throughout the world space. There is the magic gun of friendship, Dignity, Rookie, and Old Boy. Now, if you can't be bothered looking for them, then you can check out the mod authors page on the Nexus for spoilers on where they're located in the game. Next up, we've got the M19A1 Thompson, Day of Infamy by Noniak. Now, this mod adds the Thompson M1928A1 to Fallout 4, which is a variant prior to the M1A1 most people know from World War II. Now, some of you might know the Thompson by its other name, the Tommy Gun. Now, Tommy Gun, see, that's a cool name for a gun. Likely named after a guy named Tommy, if I had to guess. I would love to have a weapon named after me. I mean, they could call it something like the Bader's Blaster or something. I can see it already. It would have the stock of a rifle, the stopping power of a bazooka, and the spirit of a constipated water buffalo. Not sure what it would look like, but only an aerospace engineer would be able to see it. Or someone else with eyes, obviously. Anyways, this weapon mod has all its own custom textures, meshes, and animations that all look incredible in the game. Now, this Thompson is by far one of the nicest Tommy guns I've ever seen for Fallout 4. It's both realistic and immersive in design. Now, this weapon is also packed full of nostalgia as well, especially if you were a gangster in the 1930s or someone who owned a Tommy gun store, right? Now, if you want to acquire this weapon, you'll be able to find it on regular Triggermen at or above level 12, or on Gunners or Raider bosses at or above level 20, as it has been added to the respective level lists. Easy peasy, peanut squeezy. Here we have the AK-5C, a Nordic Relic by XXS. Now, this mod adds a Swedish Auto Carbon 5 Caesar to the game, along with a few side quests with a total of about 120 different customization options and attachments. This is one of the most customizable weapon mods ever made for Fallout 4. Some of the attachments for this weapon can only be unlocked by finding secret documents that are located around the map and are linked to the quest for easy acquisition. There are also multiple skins that can only be unlocked by finding weapon fashion magazines that are all located around the map as well, which have their own little mini quests to find them. This weapon also has some unique variants that are located around the world space. This is one of the most interesting assault rifle weapon mods on the Nexus, and an excellent addition to anyone's playthrough of the game. Here we have the Service Rifle Expansion Project by Nady2283. This mod adds new attachments, animations, sounds, and more to Wasteland Melody's Service Rifle. Little FYI, you will have to have Wasteland Melody's Service Rifle mod installed for this mod to work properly. I feel like that goes without saying, yet here I am saying it, just in case someone in the back wasn't paying attention. There are literally so many new attachments, I couldn't name them all in this segment, as it would take forever and I'm super fucking lazy. Just know, if you can dream it, you can do it with this service rifle. You can do things with this weapon that just aren't natural in a weapon mod, like butt stuff. There are just so many ways you can mix and match for hours and not come up with two of the same weapons twice. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm bored, I just love to customize up some weapon mods in Fallout. Or find a kid that looks just like me and tell him I'm him from the future. Whatever you do, don't eat the yellow jelly bean! This is a really cool mod that gives you the freedom to basically make your own rifle in the game. It's wicked. Enough said. Next up, we've got Legacy Slayer and Toadie's HK416. By Legacy Slayer. This ever happened to you guys? You get all caught up looking at a really sweet weapon mod and think, did I just run somebody over? Do not mod and drive. Anyways, this mod adds the HK416 to the Boston Commonwealth, complete with custom animations, an in-depth modding system, custom sounds, and tons of interchangeable camo options. This weapon mod is all that in a bag of tater chips. Now, if you want to use this weapon, everything you'll need can be crafted at the chemistry workbench, and all the mods are free to craft at the weapons workbench. The mod will also spawn in the level lists, so you'll be able to loot them off enemies and buy them at vendors. How sweet is that? Next, we've got Heckler Koch MP by FX0X01. I really enjoy a good ump. I like to just get out there and ump everyone and everything. I'll ump strangers and inanimate objects. I'll ump the floor. I'll ump the fucking ceiling. I'll ump all over the place. I don't give a fuck. This mod adds a highly customizable ump that features a quest, custom sounds, and first and third person animations to Fallout 4. The weapon has also been implemented into the level list and spawns after you complete an error occurred quest, which you must be level 20 to start. Oh yeah, oh fuck yeah. This is a realistic weapon mod that fits really well into the game. It's fun to use and it's sure to up your street cred. Here we have the AK-74M Assault Rifle by FX0X01. This mod adds the AK-74M into the Commonwealth. It has custom animations, custom sounds, and also has a variable modification system. And there's just something about a variable modification system that just ravages my cerebellum and makes me pee a little. Does that ever happen to you guys? Your cerebellum gets ravaged and makes you pee a little? What? No? None of you? Okay, never mind that then. Let's just move on. The AK-74M standard can be crafted at the chemistry station or purchased from various vendors in the game, as it has been added to the respective level lists. However, there are also two unique variants of this weapon that have been added throughout the world space. There is the AKS-74U and the Frontliner 404. Now, if you can't be bothered looking for these weapons, then check out the mod author's description page on the Nexus for the exact whereabouts. Yeah, just get on there and use your peepers to find the location. Here we got Kendal Ballistics NVR4 Redux by Warfighter Workshop. Yeah. This mod adds the NVR4 from Infinite Warfare and its variants into Fallout 4, alongside 3 outfits from Infinite Warfare, ported by BZW. This is the type of mod that makes some creepy fuck quiver in their granny panties if you start stroking this thing in a Baskin-Robbins bathroom, or so I'm told. The animations look finger-licking delicious for this weapon mod, and the weapon itself is top tier in design, appearance, and function in the game. It's also got attachments for days, so you can give it the look and feel that really tickles your taint, if you know what I mean. If you want to acquire this weapon in the game, all you'll have to do is craft it at the chemistry station. It's just that easy. Then you'll be a rootin' tootin' big bad guy shootin' motherfucker. Oh yeah. Next up, we've got the Hunting Revolver and Ranger Sequoia by the Rizzler 1. Now you can tell this bad boy is powerful just by looking at it. I feel like before people are allowed to actually use a weapon like this, they should be forced to use a computer with slow internet so that people can see who they really are, you know? That's the only safe way to really wean out the psychos, you know? Because this weapon should not be in the hands of a fucking lunatic. I've got 4. This mod adds a remastered and expanded versions of the Hunting Revolver and Ranger Sequoia, originally seen in Fallout New Vegas, featuring custom animations, custom sounds, and loot integrations. This is a comprehensive standalone weapon mod that's sure to give you a new reason to play this game for the 900th time. This time I'll be a cowboy or a NCR veteran ranger or a giant penguin that can't read. The sky's the limit here. This weapon has a few customization options and the obvious unique variant. It will appear on legendary enemies in certain loot caches after level 20, and it can be purchased off of specialist vendors after level 30. You'll find the Ranger Sequoia in Kellogg's house behind his bed. You can also find the Hunting Revolver at the top of the tower in Lynn Woods. This is an immersive and enjoyable addition to Fallout 4. Here we have the Cross Ruger MKV by Nero. The Ruger is dangerous, which is why whenever you are handling it, you should do so with care. Some things you're going to want to avoid when handling a Ruger are: don't suck on the barrel, loaded or not loaded, it's just weird. Don't tuck it into the front of your pants. You're not a gangster and it's a great way to shoot yourself in the penis. And under no circumstances should you ever give this gun to a trained baboon. They are surprisingly unreasonable gun owners. That's how my Uncle Terry died. This mod adds the classic Ruger MK pistol with some Fallout twists and loads of customization options to Fallout 4. This weapon has been added via a script to the leveled list, meaning it will spawn on enemies and at vendors. It can also be crafted at the chemistry station. There is also a unique variant of this weapon called the Special USMC. And yes, it is located in the world space. Now, if you can't handle the suspense and want to know where the unique variant is right away, then check out the mod author's page on the Nexus for spoilers. I know some of you are going there right now. Here we have the Makarov PM by Alex Scorpion. Now, have you ever followed a criminal's trail only to barge into a room where a creepy bald guy is petting a white cat in the dark, who then swivels around in a big chair to inform you he knew you were coming all along? Well, if you have, then you'd know if this guy's packing heat, It's likely a Makarov pistol, probably located under a folded newspaper on his desk next to a cigar box and an empty bottle of scotch. You know, typical evil genius shenanigans. This mod adds a highly moddable new weapon to the game, the good old Makarov pistol. This weapon has its fair share of customization options as well, that really make it not only stand out in the game, but look and feel completely different depending on the options you choose. I mean, you can have just your plain old tiny pistol, or you can turn this bitch into a monster that you can use to slay dragons and shit. It's awesome. This weapon can be crafted at the chemistry station. All you'll have to do is walk up to the chemistry station and start crafting. It's just that fucking easy, folks. Still, there's always gonna be that one person looking for it in the world space for the better part of a week, yelling shit like, "Is it even installed?" You know, that was a dark week for me, okay? I was really going through some stuff, but I'm glad I was able to get through it, okay? I was able to push through. Here we have the MK41 Gyro Jet heavy machine gun by the Rizzler 1. This gun is so delicious, I need it to be a new flavor of Gatorade. They could call it sexy violence. It would smell like Gwyneth Paltrow's pussy and taste like wild berries. Delicious. This mod adds a prototype weapon from before the Great War called the MK41 Gyro Jet heavy machine gun to the Boston Commonwealth. Now, rather than firing conventional rounds, the Gyro Jet fires caseless, self-propelled, and gyroscopically stabilized projectiles with onboard fuel payloads. That's right, this bitch be dropping loads on motherfuckers. This steampunk-inspired super weapon is one of the coolest looking weapon mods I've ever seen. It's fun to use and it adds something totally original to the game, making a new playthrough feel fresh. To find this weapon, you'll have to enter Fort Strong, and immediately in front of you, there will be a trapdoor to the new sub-basement added by this mod. There you will be able to find the MK41 Gyro Jet inside, along with a number of boxes of prototype, alternate, ammunition, and an ammo switch kit to switch the ammo type you are using on the fly. Booyah! Do note that the ammunition can also be crafted at the chem station. Now, there are a fair amount of customization options for this weapon to keep your enemies guessing. So get out there and poke a raider in the eye, really shake the nest, and give this weapon a try. Next up, we've got the Tomic Z9 America's Worst by XXS. Imagine if MacGyver got recruited to a street gang and had to blood in to show he wasn't a bitch. Well, this is just the type of malicious concoction he might cook up in a drug dealer's basement somewhere. This mod adds a cobbled together mix of a Thompson, the Uzi, and the Tech 9 to Fallout 4 called the Tomic Z. It's a regular who's who of weapon mods. Something that looks familiar but is completely unique in every way. This weapon has been integrated into the game with its own quest as well. The quest will trigger once your character reaches level 10 or higher. Now, the quest isn't crazy long or anything, but it is a nice little way to add the weapon to the game and give it a little backstory in the process. The weapon itself, despite being the Frankenstein of weapon mods, is super cool and fun to use in the game. It's great to have something that both fits the post-apocalyptic vibe in that it looks particularly handcrafted, while at the same time, sort of feeling familiar in the game. Up next, we've got the Factor Modular Rifle by Vigvam33. Now, I saw an ad on the internet the other day that said if you jerk off with a banana peel, your dick gets bigger, which is why I'm no longer allowed in the produce section at my local grocery store, and my balls smell like bananas. Point is, this weapon wouldn't need bananas or other fruits to feel comfortable fucking with the lights on. I feel like I might have shared too much. This mod adds to the game a new rifle which has huge customization capabilities that will allow you to make this weapon anything you want and, dare I say, need in the game. From high fire rate submachine guns with excellent recoil control to precision railguns, this weapon has something for the whole fucking family. Mommy, Daddy, Gam Cam, and Little Billy Bedlam, who isn't what third graders would call a strong reader. Woo! Even Billy could fuck up a group of raiders with this shit. There is also a unique optic customization system which will allow you to choose the perfect point of view on your enemies. And there is also more than 215 modifications to choose from, so good luck trying them all. This weapon is easy to get. All you'll have to do is craft it at the chemistry station in the factor section. Here we have Forgotten Weapons, a Lottie L35 automatic pistol by D. Magnus. Now, when people forget about stuff, it's usually because it's not important, like a parent-teacher meeting or an old pair of Crocs or Macaulay Culkin on a family trip to Paris. You know, useless shit. But this isn't just some backseat baby you can obliviously neglect. This is a juicy weapon mod. This mod adds the Finnish Lahti L35 pistol to the game with a smack load of customization options. It's even got a little bit of a backstory and some lore to solidify it in the world space. This weapon has been fully level listed via script and will start turning up around level 12 to 16 on loot vendors and various baddies, and can also spawn with legendary enemies. Now, it's not craftable, so you're gonna have to get it by finding it in the game. There is also a unique variant of this weapon that can be found at the Cabot House. Here we have the Plasma Cycler by Shoe Burglar. This weapon may not look like much, but if you press it against someone's face while they're sleeping, I guarantee they wake up terrified. It's why I'm no longer allowed to volunteer at old folks' homes. Yeah. Oh man, they just really don't tolerate that type of shenanigans. Now this mod adds a new energy weapon to the game with a revolver aesthetic and some cool customization options. It has also been leveled list integrated, so you'll be able to find it on vendors and on fallen enemies. There is also a unique version of this plasma pistol called Loki, with its own unique effects that can be bought from Cleo and Good Neighbor. The weapon will begin to spawn once your character reaches level 3 or higher in the game. Oh buddy, oh buddy, oh buddy! Next up, we've got the YK42B Pulse Rifle by 3NickA. This mod adds a classic pulse rifle to Fallout 4. The design, look, and feel of this weapon mod all feel familiar and remind me of earlier Fallout games. This thing's got a crank and it's shaped like something you'd find up somebody's ass in prison. Or on a spaceship. So just the thought of this thing in proximity of my butt cheeks makes me cry like a little baby. Which is okay because my therapist said it's not good to keep your feelings all bottled up and shit. This weapon is unique yet immersive, and it looks fantastic in the game. Now, it doesn't have a ton of customization options, but that doesn't stop it from filling my balls with joy. Now, in order to acquire this weapon mod, you're gonna have to venture down to the Boxy Gym. There you will find some Brotherhood deserters. Rummage around through their dead bodies, and you'll find yourself a slightly used, but as good as new pulse rifle. Then you'll be able to add it to your arsenal. Next up, we've got the Elysium AK by FX0 X01. Now this is the weapon Matt Damon used to body a bunch of bionic bitches in their metal titties in that science fiction movie I didn't fully understand. All I know is Matt Damon was in it, and that's good enough for me. Simply put, this mod adds the Elysium AK into Fallout 4. It features custom animations, sounds, and other small features. It even has its own small quest to acquire it, which after the quest is done, you'll be able to craft the AK at the chemistry station, which I think is pretty neat. Plus, did I tell ya? Matt Damon was in that fucking movie. Yeah. Oh, man. Fucking Matt Damon. Yeah. Gotta love that guy. Next up, we have the Lienfield No. 4 MK1, Britain's Finest by AsXS. This weapon was designed a long time ago, but just because something's old doesn't mean it's any less dangerous. I once saw an old lady slap the shit out of a goose that tried to run off with her purse at the park. Needless to say, the goose didn't know what the fuck was going on. Probably thought she had bread or something in there. Either way, I doubt we'll see that goose at that park ever again. Holy shit. Something about being slapped around by the crypt keeper that says, maybe I should find a new fucking park. You know? Oh man, at first it was funny, then I started to feel bad for the goose. This mod adds a Lienfield No. 4 MK1 alongside a small quest to Fallout 4. This weapon has all its own custom everything. It's got custom sounds, meshes, textures, and animations, all of which look extraordinary in the game. The quest for this weapon mod will start once your character reaches level 15 or higher in the game. This weapon also has its fair share of customization options that really change it up in the game. I mean, you can really make some unique variants of this weapon with all it has to offer. Here we have the Crossplays Rail by Nero. What is this weapon, you might be wondering right now, because it looks like a laptop that transformed into a Decepticon. It's just got all sorts of technology just protruding from it, doesn't it? Definitely not the type of weapon you want to leave with your gam to defend off intruders, though, is it? No, she might mistake it for some other form of technology and end up blasting her face off trying to warm up some toaster strudels. We've all been there. This mod adds the Crossplays Rail to the world of Fallout. This mod includes 5 barrels that significantly alter firing mechanics, 6 internal cores that alter the charge up, a working tactical flashlight which is good for dark crevices and shit, along with a ton of different scopes, stocks, and slides to choose from. It even has its own lore to solidify it in the Commonwealth. Now, if you want to get your mitts on this wicked-looking, future-styled weapon mod, then you are in luck, because it can easily be crafted at the chemistry station. However, you will need Science 3 and Nuclear Physicist 1 to do so. Therefore, you will at least need to be level 28 to craft this weapon in the game. However, it can also be found on synth leaders past level 20 or on legendary enemies past level 18. And there are also 3 hand-placed in the world that you can find if you're a real go-getter. That's right. Yes, I'm not one of them, though. I had to wait. Next up, we've got the HK USP45 with Tactical Knife by Toon X. This mod adds the USP45 pistol with a variety of tactical knives. This mod has a bunch of custom and original animations that make it completely unique in Fallout, from the equipped animations to actually being able to use the tactical knife with the pistol out. The animation for equipping this weapon alone is enough to blow a warm, gentle breeze between my butt cheeks. Just look at this pistol mod. You've got a pistol and a knife. That way, if you run out of ammunition, you can just gank your enemies like they owe you half a pack of cigarettes in prison. Now, this weapon mod also has its fair share of customization options for both the USP45 and the tactical knives, so you can give this mod a little flavor. This is by far one of the coolest pistol mods I've ever seen, as the animations make it one of a kind in the game. Now, if you want to acquire this pistol, then you'll be able to craft it at the chemistry station. Here we have the M2045 Magnum Revolver Rifle by the Rizzler 1. Now you're probably thinking, wow, this gun is shockingly large, but what's really shocking is that somehow the sole survivor can store this thing in a blue skin-tight wetsuit without raising any red flags. That wetsuit is like a clown car, right? When you think no more clowns could fit in it, 9 more of those fuckers hop out like goofy ninjas. Just like clowns, this wetsuit scares the shit out of me. What is happening here? Where are these weapons coming from? Good God. Anyways, sorry about that. This shit keeps me up at nights. This mod adds a relic from before the Great War into the Wasteland. According to its lore, it was designed to be used with power armor, with the ability to defeat other power armor, and by the looks of it, it might just be able to blow the socks off of anything you point it at. So be careful. This weapon doesn't have a lot in terms of customization, but when you're this big, do you really need to show off with fancy doodads and thingamabobs? No, you do not. This weapon also has its own custom meshes, textures, and animations, which really give it that added realism it needs to just fit into the world space. Just seeing this bad boy load those gigantic bullets gets me all excited, like when sexy women swim in their underwear. In short, it gives me a boner. To get this weapon, you can find it in several different places throughout the world. The Recon Bunker, Pridwin Hall, on Brotherhood of Steel Commanders, in special stores like Clio and Good Neighbor, on Legendary Enemies, and on the Commonwealth Bank rooftop. Yeah, all those spots got one. So just get out there and get your very own and try it out. Here we have the Steyerog A3 Modular Assault Rifle by NovaFinch. This mod adds the Steyerog, a modular Austrian bullpup with variants ranging from SMG to LMG and everything in between. It's got the customization options that'll really make you wonder, what the fuck is going on with this gun? But like in a good way. Sometimes a weapon mod tickles you just right and gets you all giddy like a baby penguin on cocaine. It just dances and prances and just dry humps positive thoughts into your cerebellum. Put it this way, when I first downloaded this mod, I had to change my relationship status on Facebook from in a relationship to it's complicated. Yeah, it does things to you. There are also 4 unique variants of this weapon: the Donut of Death, Nakatomi, F88 Austrier, and the STG-77, all of which can be located in the world space. Now, if you don't want to search for them, then check out the mod author's page on the Nexus for spoilers. To get the base weapon, all you have to do is craft it at the chemistry station. Or you can buy it from gun vendors, as it has been added to the respective leveled lists. Oh, isn't that special? Next up, we've got the AK-400 Assault Rifle by FX0 X01. Now this mod adds the AK400 assault rifle to Fallout 4. It's highly customizable with an assortment of customization options that keep this weapon fresh and fun. This weapon also has custom first and third person animations, so it won't matter how you play the game. When you reload this weapon, it's gonna look awesome. It even has its own custom sounds, and boy, do they sound like a gun going off. Oh yeah. Now this weapon has been added to the leveled lists, and will start to spawn after you've completed the Gravedigger quest, which you'll have to be level 20 or higher to start. This is a very interesting weapon mod that adds a whole new type of AK to the game with a unique look and feel. Oh yeah. And it feels good. It feels so good. I'm gonna shoot. Here we have Springfield Armory M1A by FX0 X01. Now this mod will hurt your enemies in ways that will leave them tethered and broken on an emotional level. Now some of them might have to go to a cheap pervy German mall psychologist because they just can't afford a real shrink. Show me on the door where the weapon hurt you. 999. Not like that. Do it slower. And look at me when you do it. Now this mod adds a highly customizable M1A rifle that features a quest, custom sounds, and first and third person animations. It also has been integrated into the leveled list for ease of access. Now this weapon looks and feels realistic and fantastic in the game with a plethora of customization options to really give it a unique flavor depending on your playstyle in the game. Now show me on the tip of my penis how the weapon mod makes you feel. Next up, we've got the SVT-40 by ASXS. Now, guns are dangerous. In fact, they are some of the most dangerous things on the planet, aside from high cholesterol and women who say I missed you when you've only been gone for 5 fucking minutes. The SVT-40 is almost crazy girlfriend dangerous. Almost. Not quite there, though. This mod adds a standalone SVT-40 to the Commonwealth, which is a Russian-made marksman rifle. This weapon mod has a ton of customization options to choose from, so you can mix and match the shit out of it. You know, something that really makes you popular with the skanks of the Commonwealth. This rifle will spawn on gunners or at vendors at or around level 16. There are also 2 legendary variants of this gun placed in the world, Azuris and Krasnaya Zima, which sounds like a skin disease, with their own custom stuff if you're able to find them. I found one the other day and I was so excited, I had to call my mother just to tell her about it. Here we have the M72 Goss Rifle by Utherien. This mod adds a classic Fallout 2 style M72 Goss Rifle with custom animations and leveled list integration to the Commonwealth. This Goss Rifle has got the goods. I mean, it's got a fair share of customization options to really give me a hard on. This weapon mod touches me in ways my uncle used to until he got arrested. It also looks and feels lore-friendly in the game, making it a clever and immersive addition to anyone's playthrough of Fallout 4. Now, if you want to acquire this weapon, then you'll be able to get it at gun vendors or on the corpses of gunners, BOS soldiers, Minuteman soldiers, railroad agents, or raider bosses. This is one of those weapons that really adds a fresh feel to the combat in the game. Here we have Helsing The Jackal by D. Magnus. Now, the Jackal is humongous. This weapon actually reminds me of when I lost my virginity. I thought it would be a good idea to go gallivanting down a dark alley wearing a gimp suit on the wrong side of town at 3 in the morning, covered in marinara sauce. Turns out, it was a bad idea. I got raped at gunpoint. This mod adds a humongous pistol to the game called the Jackal. This mod has been made from scratch with its own custom meshes and textures. Now, if you want to find it, it can be found in Virgil's lab in the glowing sea on top of a workbench. Now, the gun is accompanied by a couple of clips of 13mm ammunition, but more ammo can be crafted at the chemistry workstation under utility. The gun has a few modifications, but nothing to call home about. The real bread and butter of this weapon mod is its unique design, its devastating ammo, and the feeling you get when you blast a mole rat across the room. However, there are some extreme modifications for this weapon if you're so inclined, like explosive ammunition and a bottomless magazine that just shoots forever without reloading. It's like a bottomless pit of violence. Wow. Next up, we've got the M2 Flamethrower Redux by EV Tittle. This weapon is hot. I mean, it's really hot. So hot, in fact, I burnt my lips sucking on the end of it. Why was I sucking on the end of it, you might be wondering? Well, that's none of your fucking business! That's between me and Jesus. This mod adds a new heavy weapon, the M2 Flamethrower, with custom animations and level list integration. The M2 flamethrower was a man-ported backpack flamethrower manufactured by Poseidon Energy. The majority were scrapped when they were declared obsolete and replaced by the heavy flamer, though some M2s were sold off to civilians and can now be found in the hands of gunners. Look at this weapon mod. It even has some lore to fit it in better to your playthrough of the game. How neat is that? Now, there are also two unique variants of the M2. There is one located in Vault 81 and another that is located at the Sagres Ironworks. Now, the weapon itself can't be crafted or bought. You can only find it on gunners. I really like this weapon mod because it has a functional backpack that connects to the flamethrower. And I'm just really into fucking backpacks. Thanks again for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to bitch slap that subscribe button like it's 3 weeks behind on your rent. Bitch! Where's the money, bitch? Where's the money? Where is it? Also, go ahead and hit that bell icon too, because apparently YouTube thought there should be extra steps. Why not, right?
I'd like to subscribe, but first I have to click this and do this. Oh, it needs an email. All right, and this. Okay, fuck. Just tell me when he's uploading. Fuck!
Once you do all that, if you're lucky, at the stroke of midnight, a tiny little Averagebaters fairy might come and tickle your butthole. Now, I hope to see you all again next time, and remember to keep on average baiting, baby.